You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the May 11th meeting of the Michigan City Sustainability Commission. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
It is 4:33 and I'm going to call the meeting to order. And this is the regular meeting of the Michigan City Sustainability Commission on May 11th, 2023. Okay, and may I ask for a roll call, Laura?
Tim Bauer.
He's on his way.
Tristan Bogart.
Here.
Bailey Chavis. Bryant Dabney.
Present.
Andy Chad Davis. Present. Laura Henderson. I'm here. Clarence Halsey. Daisy Lee. Present. Nancy Mulno.
Here.
Kay Moore. Here. Mary Kate Neary. Here. Angela Reynolds. Here. Latonya Troutman. She might be here soon. We have a quorum.
Nikki Latonya Trotman is excused today.
Okay.
And then student commissioners, help me remember, I think Bailey said she wasn't going to be able to make it to the meeting today because we were trying to set up either a meeting before or after with you and her. Yeah, okay, she's excused also. Okay, thank you. Okay, I want to thank everybody for being here today. And it's a monumentous day, and you're going to find out why in a little bit. And let me see. We do apologize for the lateness of the minutes, unforeseen circumstances regarding that, so promise to do better. And then I want to move ahead with our agenda, and our second item is the approval of the April 13th, 2023 minutes. Would somebody make a motion for that, please?
I motion to approve the April 2023 minutes.
Thank you, Daisy. Who will second that, please?
I'll second it.
Faye, thank you very much for seconding that. All in favor, say aye and raise one of your hands, or both of them. Okay, unanimous. Thank you very much. The next agenda item is the election of officers. We do have people who've stepped forward and said they would run for every office, but it's open to anybody that would be interested in taking the office, okay? So for chairperson, we have Andy, who has agreed to step up. Tim has agreed to accept vice chair. Secretary Laura, she does such an excellent job. She's never getting out of this. And our treasurer is Daisy, which is a really significant and busy job since we have no funds. So anyhow, is there anybody else who would like to run for one of these offices? Anybody? Okay, then I propose that we elect all of the officers as a slate, okay, instead of going through each one individually, if that works for everybody. Okay, so I will need somebody to make a motion to accept the slate of officers.
I make a motion that we accept the following officers: the chair, Andy, vice chair, Tim, secretary, Laura, and treasurer, Daisy.
Okay, thank you. Who will second that?
I second.
Okay, Laura, thank you. And everybody who is in favor of that, please raise a hand and say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that's unanimous. Congratulations, officers. And as of our next meeting, we will have a new person chairing. So I'm very happy. I know that Andy and I have been working hard over the last couple of years to get you ready for this, and I fully believe she's going to be an awesome chairperson for the Michigan City Sustainability Commission. So congratulations, Andy. And from me, and I'm sure from all of our commissioners, if there's anything you need from any of us that, you know.
I'll leave that.
you can just call on us, to assist you for whatever it is. Okay, so congratulations. I wish I had a gavel to hand over. I don't. So I'll hand on to you the ceremonial clip to hold together all of your papers for the meeting. Okay, great.
Now, I do have a question about one of our members, Clarence House.
Yeah, we need to get a business person to replace him. So if you have any ideas, let us know, okay? That's been on my to-do list for a while. My idea, actually, and I've been encouraged by many people in the community, including Clarence, is to reach out to Solaire, which is a zero footprint manufacturing facility in Michigan City. So if anybody would like to help out with that, I have names, and I just, it's like one of those things that's lower priority on my list.
So you actually,
But I think that appears to
that would be
be,
perfect.
that would be
for
perfect
this board.
for this group. And then, being on the Sustainability Commission, then that person could potentially reach out to other factories in our community to see if they'd be interested in working towards reduced footprint, at least if they're not able to go to zero. So that's that, and again, I apologize, just not enough
Hours in a day.
bandwidth, to be able to juggle everything. So, does anybody have any input on that, any thoughts?
No, they sound perfect.
They sound perfect,
You already
that's
have
what
a
I
couple of
thought too.
people from Solaire? You already have a couple of names also?
Whoever their manager for their environmental
Oh, okay.
department would be, that would be our first choice. So, yeah, I do have the name of the director of personnel, and I got that from Katie Eason, who's the president of the Michigan City Chamber of Commerce. She's the executive director of the Michigan City Chamber of Commerce. So there's a connection there, it just needs to be made. Okay, I think it's perfect. Does anybody else have thoughts on it?
I was just wondering why they wouldn't, or if they would get a carbon neutral in the
The question?
carbon neutral.
They would be eligible.
Yeah.
They would be eligible for an honorary carbon neutral Indiana. Absolutely, they would be. Yeah, great idea, Laura, for sure. Okay, moving on to our fourth agenda item, and this is all of our project teams, and this is where all of our work honestly gets done, is in our project teams. And I want to share with the viewers who are not here today and may watch this tape later on, that our project teams are temporary. They come up when we're working on projects, and they disappear when the project is completed. So I'm hoping some of these will be coming off over the summer months, especially with some of our student commissioners. I know you're really close to being, wrapped up on a number of your projects. And then also, let me see, I was gonna say something else. Mr. Dabney, may I quote you? I'm gonna quote him. He shared with me a very, very, very wonderful recognition. He said that the Michigan City Sustainability Commission is the gold standard upon which other commissions, committees, and boards should be modeling themselves after. So thank you so very much for that. I didn't want to keep it to myself because I wanted everybody on this commission to hear that and to also get the acknowledgement for that. So,
I'm also glad to have you tonight.
yeah, we are, no budget meeting, I guess.
ARP meeting.
No workshops.
So, yeah, we're glad to have you back too. Okay, so A is the solar power options for city government. Tristan, I know that you had some updates for us, and I know that you've completed a survey, so.
Yes, I finished essentially a Michigan State electric vehicle charging station survey. It's to gauge public interest regarding the possibility of electric vehicle chargers at Michigan State Beach at the soon-to-be square parking lot, currently the triangular one. I hope to, get that looked at, get some feedback, and proceed from there. I also hope to reach back out to Performance Services and let them know that the properties, who owns the property city-wise that we have asked about a couple months ago, to follow up with them on that.
Okay, and those are regarding the buildings without solar panels, correct?
Land parcels that are suitable for solar.
Oh, okay. Oh, great, you've expanded beyond that. Awesome. I love the way Tristan thinks outside of the box. Really, truly, you've been one of the champions on our commission. You know, running forward with projects, not just walking with them, but you run forward with them. So thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Okay, that's the update on that then. And Tristan does have a copy of the survey if you wanted to take a peek at that before you leave today. I did send that out to you as a link. Okay, and basically, you know, if nobody has anything to add to it, then I think you can send it to Scott Belding at the National Renewable Energy Laboratory and get his final blessing, and then, you know, it's ready to go live. So, thank you. Okay, Bailey's not here today. I was hoping to get an update on funeral homes and crematoriums with Plant a Tree opportunity. And I guess I'll follow up with her.
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
I have noticed though that they are advertising, the funeral homes that do have the plant option are advertising it now. When you get a booklet or something or a brochure, they have on there the plant memorial. And also on their website, when you go to the different websites, they're encouraging people to do a plant as well as or in addition to a flower or in lieu of a flower. They are really like pushing that offer. So I think that is awesome that our funeral homes that offer that service is really letting people know that it's available.
Right.
And it seems like more people are taking advantage of it.
Yeah, just think where we were a couple years ago, when you first brought this to our attention, Faye. It was like nobody knew about it 2 years ago. So look how far it's come in that amount of time. So, you know, I want to acknowledge you for bringing it to our attention to begin with, and I think you actually did that for some of your relatives. And anytime I've had the option recently, I've always picked the plant a tree. Yeah, I've done that. So if a whole bunch of people are doing that, that's really going to help with reducing our carbon footprint. Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's a great, very good idea. We did this for a person we graduated with from the University of Notre Dame. She passed away of cancer, and we had a bunch of friends come back over to the campus, and they allowed us to plant a tree. And I really wish I had the pictures of it, now that we're talking about it.
Wow.
Because we put it there, I mean, it was just a little twiggly looking thing. Now it's humongous. That was probably about 8 years ago when we did this, 8-9 years ago. And it's really cool. They put a plaque out there for us with her name on it in front of the dorm that she stayed in when she was at Notre Dame. It's awesome. So every time I go to the campus, I go take a picture in front of that thing. Yeah.
Well, you can still submit a picture to Andy, and we could feature it as a caught you being green.
I will definitely get it. I gotta get clearance from my 3 friends. One's in they're in South Carolina, Atlanta, and yeah, they don't need my consent. I'll be all right. They won't care. I posted it on Facebook, so they won't be all
Also, it's
right.
already on Facebook, I can just steal it.
They'll be all right.
It's very public. It's on Facebook. So anyhow, okay, awesome. Thank you so very much. And then we're down to waste reduction, garbology, Daisy Lee, Tim Bauer, Bailey Chavez, Angela Reynolds, and Mary Kate Neary.
So as far as the composting, we have some forward movement on that. Sasha G. Burns from the LaPorte County Solid Waste District has given me some names. I told her about how we were having issues finding a hog farmer who wanted to take our compost, and she was shocked because I guess food is expensive, and you know, she was shocked that no hog farmers were interested. So she thought outside of the box, and she said she knows people who have lots of fowl different types of birds, so geese and chickens, and so she offered me a couple names, including herself, and so we have bites. So, we gotta work together to come up with an official plan for the schools, and then, we have takers for our compost. So that's exciting.
Wonderful, that's so
Yeah.
exciting, that's a big deal.
That is,
It's a
just,
lot of food waste.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, I don't know how many farmers you're gonna get and how much food is involved, but did you ever get a chance to check with the zoo?
I did not,
Okay.
no. I feel, I don't, yeah, no, I haven't.
Okay. So that might be another option if you need one.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I'll look into that.
Would the compost come from the two middle schools or like all the Michigan City area schools?
Marquette and Barker at the moment, but if you wanna tackle that at the high school too. Or just your lunch period, or, you know, cause all the lunch periods may be a lot, but one lunch period. It's possible.
Yeah, I do believe they donate the leftovers as well. The leftover food.
the high school.
The
buildings
uneaten,
are
like,
donated.
the unwrapped,
Correct.
okay, yeah, but not the stuff that like, you know, kids will have like the bags of apples and eat one and then
Yeah, no.
like that kind of
Yeah,
stuff, or
they-
apple cores, or,
They just
Yeah, no,
do-
they just toss that.
okay, alright, cool.
And especially because like a lot of kids just waste the fruit. They don't actually.
Yeah, that's a big one. They waste their fruit a lot at the high school.
Yeah, I think you have a great plan, you know, sort of get organized this year and get a solid plan and then kick it off, in the fall.
Mhm.
Is that what you're thinking? Okay, great. And, I think that, probably a couple of schools to begin with. Usually pilot projects aren't beyond that,
Mhm.
and you know that
Mhm.
from experience.
Yeah.
You work out the kinks.
Yep.
Before you roll it out.
Yep.
Okay, great, thank you, that's awesome news. And I was surprised that chickens eat,
Whatever, I guess,
anything,
yeah.
I guess, that surprised me actually. So, okay, wonderful movement forward there. Next, committee would be, continue promoting Soul Smart Silver designation with our partner Indiana University Resilience Cohort. And, we had a big promotion with that on April 22nd. I actually presented and Andy timed at a seminar that was entitled Toward Sustainability, Earth Day along Lake Michigan. This was sponsored by Indiana Landmarks, Indiana Humanities, and the Lebesnick Center for the Arts. They recorded the whole presentation, and you can look at it now. I put the link here in the agenda, and they did such a wonderful job. I couldn't believe it's professional. That's what I can say. And they, videotaped the speakers doing their presentation, and then they faded in and faded out the slides. I've never seen anything so well done. So, it proves what we're able to do by partnering with these larger statewide organizations on these type of projects. So, thank you. I can't remember. I know. Danita Scully came to the session, and then she joined our breakout session afterwards, and we did a lot of conversation around Soul Smart and also Soul Power, and she picked up some new ideas to help her move forward with her project. So it was really a great day for that. Okay, and we're going to begin reviewing programs for missed points, so we're ready to apply for gold designation for Soul Smart in 2024. Do I have a subcommittee for that? Or is, the people I have on that committee are Laura Henderson, Tristan, Angie, and myself, the four of us? Does that sound good for beginning that project? Is anybody else interested in joining us? What we're gonna do is we're gonna go through the manual and take the exit report that I got. look at what we think we should have gotten points for that we didn't. And some of it had to do with documentation. I know that with Soul Power, that program had not been published anywhere yet, so we were given no points for that program. And it could be that our consultant, once she got the number of points needed for bronze, that she just stopped there and may not have gone through all of the items that we thought we could have gotten points for. Okay, so there's two ways we're gonna be looking for points. Things that she was handed documentation on but didn't need to count those. And then programs that we cited that we had no evidence that they actually existed. I don't think it's gonna be hard for us to get the gold. The biggest obstacle was the 3 or 5 business day.
Some training to.
No, they
They
completed
did that before,
that.
okay.
They completed the training, yeah. Everybody in the inspection
Then
department completed the training.
So I should join the group so I'm up to speed.
Yeah, Andy, I'll put you down for that. That's a great idea. The thing we were definitely missing that I just said, we're never gonna get gold. I think it's a 3-day business turnaround for inspections on new solar array installations, solar panel installations, solar panel installations. And the last time not the last time, but one of the most recent times I talked to Skylar York, he said no problem. He said what we can do is if somebody needs a wooden deck inspected, that can be moved down in priority, and we can move up above that, a solar inspection that may come along. So he felt confident they'd be able to do it. And that was one of the things that was a requirement for the gold standard. So, okay, Andy, thanks for joining that committee. And then we get all that stuff together and hand that over to you then to get out to everybody. And then we can all have a chance to look at it before we get together and not waste a lot of time. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay. Okay, moving on, Carbon Neutral Indiana. Andy, I think you're the one that's had most recent contact with Daniel Pointer, probably?
I did, he's been very busy, with his, Earth Day events and with the book, and, he had, an event going on where you could win gift cards. So he's been concentrating on that, and my next contact with him will be to try to get the book rolling for the book talk. So, but he did contact me back that things are settling down, so it's a good time to move forward.
Great, and we're gonna do that book talk in
The fall,
the fall in partnership with
Carbon Neutral Indiana. Oh, I'm sorry, Green Drinks.
Northwest Indiana Green Drinks and Save the Dunes, so we can get a wider viewership. We've been having between 100 to 150 participants between Zoom and Facebook Live on Save the Dunes page, so that's gonna really help us reach many more people to that particular event. And thank you to whoever came up with that idea. Was that you, Andy, or Laura, or somebody?
I think that was a mix,
It was a
partially
mix,
you
okay.
and
Laura and you.
you had the idea for the book talk
Yeah,
originally, but the Zoom, I think that might have been partially your idea.
yeah, I think we
I'll
talked.
take credit for
We
it.
talked, yeah, go ahead. We talked Zoom and then we were thinking out of the box, beyond that. So look
You
for
get so
that.
many people now, you can really,
Yeah, look for that in the fall, everybody. And I hope you all will consider participating in that. Okay, next is the U.S. Department of Energy's National Renewable Energy Laboratory, NREL. Scott and I have been communicating again, and he sent to me the summary report, and I tried to send that out to everybody at the beginning of the week. My bad is my email's been running 100%, and I haven't been getting everything, and everything hasn't been going out. So I apologize for that. I'm glad you didn't get it because when I took more time to look at it today, there are some things I think that need to be straightened out because I didn't remember that's what we had exactly talked about. So we'll get that going and then we'll call together a project team meeting and we'll loop Ed Shin back in on that and get moving forward again. Okay, any comments or questions
I have a
about what
question,
we're
yeah,
doing?
on that project team, how often are you guys meeting? Are you meeting quarterly or?
For a while, we were meeting every single month for a while. And then Thanksgiving and Christmas came and January came and winter came and so we just,
Yeah, I would say November was the last time we met.
yeah, probably. I'm thinking that. We were meeting every month, but I don't think we'll, probably every other month from this point forward, I'm thinking. But I received news, there's a whole bunch of federal grants that are gonna be coming out soon. And I asked Scott directly, I said, what can your department do to help us, engineer-wise, so we can get a package put together that's ready to send in with grants? I talked with Shannon Anderson of, she's the one that's in charge of the Climate Leadership Summit 8 that's happening. And remind me, I need to talk about that in the announcement section. And she said there's a couple of really big ones coming out in the fall. And like the government posts these and everything is due 30 days later. So you have to have more than just an idea, you really have to have everything figured out and costed out in order to qualify for these. So I'm hoping that we can, get this figured out so we have, something solid to hand in. We're not talking millions of dollars, we're talking billions of dollars that are gonna be available for solar energy projects. So.
So do you say you have a date planned for your next meeting?
No, we usually just go ahead and send out a.
So you're sending out a
Yeah,
notice?
do you want me to add you to that committee?
Yes,
Okay, I'll do that.
if you're meeting monthly, I can probably squeeze it in.
Okay, this is great, okay. Okay, awesome, okay, and this actually would tie in nicely with what Danita Scully in the NAACP is doing also, that you potentially could submit a grant for the solar panel installation on the Hope Community Center. I do believe there'll be monies available for nonprofits also, okay?
So we were thinking in the same wavelength.
Okay, good. I like to close the loop and connect the dots. Okay. Yeah, I'm writing down the Hope Community Center grant so I don't forget about that. Okay, that's it as far as that goes, and I apologize for that. We had a primary election that got in the way too, so. Okay, next, Northwest Indiana Climate Resilience Action Planning Work Group. Andy, I've heard nothing from them. Have you heard anything? Laura, have you heard anything? I don't know what's going on. I am hoping this doesn't mean that they did not get an intern from Indiana University, but I'm beginning to wonder at this point in time. So, we're just waiting. So no meeting notices as of today.
Justin has a question.
Yes,
Regarding the intern, are we gonna have them do anything specific with this?
this is an intern with NERC, which is the Northern Indiana Regional
Planning Commission.
Planning Commission. It's their intern. So they would be using them to work on their best practices and model programs to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. So they have a draft of that available, is my understanding. I have not seen that draft. And then that our intern was gonna finalize that draft and hopefully actualize it so it could be rolled out to all of the communities. I think there was a dozen communities, a dozen municipalities, and 3 counties that have completed their greenhouse gas emissions study already. So it was gonna be help specifically for all of them that completed step 1.
Gotcha, so just to, I guess, clarify, so like, the interns under their direction pretty much on like what they do and not. We don't like have any input, suggestions, sort of like,
We're beyond the suggestion stage.
gotcha.
Yeah, and that's what Laura, Andy, and I were doing during we're way beyond the suggestion stage. Yeah. Good question though. Always good to know. And specifically, that intern is not available to us for projects in Michigan City. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, Soul Power, I did not hear back from Danita regarding those 2 individuals that are having to retest. Do you know anything?
I haven't heard anything.
Okay. I do imagine if they had retested it and passed, I would have gotten a text in capital letters. And I haven't seen that. So I'm not sure exactly. I'm just gonna put a question mark by that. Danita and I, we touch base about every other month, which seems comfortable for both of us. And we did get together, and actually met face to face, last month. So I feel good about what's going on with that. And, she, in addition to, hopefully writing a grant for solar panels on the whole community center, she's also writing a grant for level 3 of training, which would be all of those individuals that pass the solar installer certification. They then would be able to take classes on how to survey, design solar panel installations, and also would enable them to open their own small business. So that's the next stage. That's number 1 priority for her right now, is to write a grant to get that funded. So NAACP's been a great partner in that, and we'll continue to work with them, with International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers on 531 Ivy Tech Valparaiso, Work 1, Just Transition Northwest Indiana, and us. This has been a cooperative effort, so anyhow. Okay, that's that. And then Solar United Neighbors, Sway and me, Dan. Andy, did you want to say anything about what Dan Robinson had presented at the, he was also one of the presenters at
April 20th.
at the Towards Sustainability Earth Day along Lake Michigan. Dan was there for that and presented, and he also had a table too. Do you want to share?
He had a table with some of his wares. I always like his wares, pens and good stuff, useful stuff, not junk. But he spoke about the opportunities of the past co-ops and that they're working on, the possibility of future ones, and just how to get in touch and get your own solar. And it seemed like he was really popular at his table. There were a lot of people asking questions, and he didn't go over his time. I was the timer, so
I didn't either.
No, you didn't either. Everybody was pretty good. We only had one, I think, barely go over. So
I was speaking very quickly towards the end, but
he's a great speaker, though. Everybody was really engaged with him, and I look forward to the future opportunities of possible legislature getting back on our side, so we can get better opportunities for solar.
I also dropped his email in the agenda. If you're interested in being, if anybody's interested, either individuals or small businesses that want to be contacted for a potential round 3, possibly fall of 2023, not set in stone, but we're hoping. Dan is collecting names and emails, so people can email him and request to be put on that list. It's funny, when we don't have it going on, everybody's contacting me, and when we have it going on, very few people, so.
Yeah, and I attended the breakout session with Dan
Oh, okay.
at the Lebesnet Center, and he says that they're included Michigan now also, and he's working with
Oh.
Michigan. So if we have neighbors that we know that live in Michigan, they can also contact Dan, look up our agenda on emichigancity.com and contact him. Or just type in Solar United Neighbors on Google, and it'll pop up, and his information is on there, so. So Michigan is also, he's working with Michigan and Indiana.
That's wonderful, because Berrien County is so close to us, so that's good news. I imagine Michigan is a friendlier solar state, would be my guess.
He says it doesn't have all of the restrictions that Indiana have, but there are some challenges still,
Yeah.
legislative wise. Their incentive was not as great as the Indiana incentive, so that's what they're working on now, is trying to get a better incentive.
We haven't declared certain installations illegal like they have in Indiana.
Right.
Yeah, okay. In Illinois, if you want to Google sometime and take a look at the state of Illinois, they've done a marvelous job of promoting solar, even beyond the breaks, actually helping people financially install solar. So I would recommend taking a look at what Illinois has been up to this past year in their legislative session. Okay, thank you much. Anything else on Solar United Neighbors? I just think Dan has just been such a wonderful partner and will continue to be, so that's great. Oh, my favorite part, caught you being green. And look who's wearing all green today.
I did that on purpose just for you, Nancy.
Thank you.
Look who else is all in green though. We're gonna
Yeah.
start something. Wait, you had a green pants the other day.
Oh, look at it.
Right.
Kristen's on green
Hey.
too. I wore my Solar United t-shirt though.
Nice. We'll start a club. Let's see.
Oh, before you say anything,
Okay.
for Andy
Oh dear.
and everybody that volunteered for the Earth Month extravaganza, which had 20 vendors and over 400 attendees, and every single one of our student commissioners was there for the event. So let's give ourselves a big
Excellent, thank you. So, I'll start there. It was great. I'll read off so I don't forget anybody. We had, of course, a big thank you to the tree board and all the hundreds of trees out there in the rain. That was amazing. Michigan City Park and Recreation Department for the use of the building, support all day. There was somebody there. Darren Stokes was there all day. He was our savior. The parking lot got so full, he had to direct traffic for us. And he said something along the lines of, he'd never seen that many cars there, ever. And he's been there several years. So, yay us. And the groups that either attended or sent information are as follows. And a huge thank you. Obviously, we couldn't have done it without the groups, and everybody loved coming to see you guys. We've got in alphabetical order, hopefully, Cooperative Gardens Commission, Humane Indiana Wildlife, Indiana Department of Environmental Management, Indiana Department of Natural Resources, Gnomes Day Out at Fairy Festival, Just Transition Northwest Indiana, LaPorte County Solid Waste District, LaPorte County Parks, Michigan City Tree Board, as mentioned before, and of course the Park Department, which I mentioned before. Michigan City Sustainability Commission, Michigan City Isaac Walton, Chapter 7, Isaac Walton League of America, Porter County, Chapter PCC, Michigan City Park and Recreation Department, Nora Schultz Tribute, Northwest Indiana Paddling, Northwest Indiana Planning Commission, NiSource, Potawatomi Audubon, Renaissance Academy, Save the Dunes, Shirley Hines Land Trust, IU Sustainability, and we had a book and toy trading table. Blue. As well as 2 awesome hikes by our member, Laura Henderson. They were amazing. They were in the rain. It was incredible. And we had 2 fossil digs, which hunts digs. They were fun. And that was presented by Dr. Erin Argelan. So thank you so much. And again, thank you, Nancy. Thank all of you and everybody, all the support, everybody who came. And I had a good time, and I hope you guys did too. And we're already starting to plan for next year. So yeah, is there anything on that? Okay, I'll quickly move on to the rest of the.
Let's see if anybody would like to make a comment about the day. Would anybody like to share something? Or maybe it was a takeaway, or
I had an awesome time, and everybody who came to the table said they had an awesome time and they loved it. So great job. It was really awesome.
Thank you for the swash balls. I mean, everybody did something, and I'm gonna forget and remember later when I try to go to bed and be like, oh no, I forgot to thank somebody. But your table was so busy and so much fun, and I wish I could have dissected one with you. Thank you for coming, and thank you for saving the day with paper towel. And that really did save the day. I know it's kind of funny, but you were right there, and everybody kept me on task, especially all the group, and just thank you. And it's gonna be so much fun next year. So.
It was so inspiring how excited the hikers were. And also how enthusiastic people were about trees. That was very exciting.
You were busy the whole time.
We were busy, yes.
Very busy.
Especially in the first hour, it was crazy.
Hundreds of trees.
Probably, we started out with 1,000 trees. Nicole got rid of some here at City Hall. And then the next weekend, May 6th, we got rid of all the trees. So 1,000 trees up to their new
Like
home.
almost 2 weeks. Wow. Congratulations.
and the last Saturday was at the Michigan City Farmers Market.
Yes.
So I want people to be aware that the farmers market has started, and they'll be open every Saturday. From what time to what time does that happen?
8 to either 12 or 1, I'm not sure.
I think it's noon,
By
possibly.
12 people, certainly.
Yeah,
8 to noon.
Yeah, 8 to noon.
They don't really finish until about 1, by the time people, get there late and try to get their hustle on.
Fresh vegetables and, all kinds of stuff like that.
Right.
So, okay, Andy, go ahead.
Oh, no.
I interrupted.
Oh, no, it's fine. I
interrupted
could talk
you.
about that all day anyway. There was a great event. The League of Women Voters invited us to speak. I spoke about what we're doing on the commission on April 11th. There was around 20 folks there, and they were really engaged and excited, and we have a few people that were asking how they could get more involved with sustainability, so that was really exciting. There were a couple of commissioners in the audience, which was great. Deb Chubb and Councilperson Delia Stigas was there. Nancy was there, and it was really a good time. And so, yeah, we had a lot of fun, I think. I hope so, anyway. And then the Caught You Being Green, I did one Facebook post for Brown Faces, Green Spaces. They're located in Gary and headed up by Kimmy Gordon, who is just one of my heroes. And she's amazing, so check out that post and what she's up to. She's very involved with the community, engaging locals and regional.
What was that post again?
Brown Faces, Green Spaces was the highlight of Caught You Being Green. And Kimmy Gordon is the founder, executive director, I'm not exactly sure of her title.
Both.
Eco warrior, all of the above. Yes, very engaged with that, so. So I'd like to thank her personally for everything that she does. So, and if anybody else has any more Caught You Being Green, let me know.
Yeah, I would recommend everybody go to Facebook if you're on Facebook and like the green, Brown Faces Green Spaces page. Kimmy posts a lot of really valuable information on that particular page. I spent Great Lake days with her in Washington DC, and besides being inspirational, she is a scream. She is so funny that she takes all these serious topics and gets everybody laughing about them and talking about them. So she's truly an amazing environmental warrior, like you said, especially in the city of Gary and all of Northwest Indiana. Going all the way over from Porter to Lake County. So, and she's blessed us a couple of times here. Yeah. So, anyhow. Okay. Anything else, Emily?
You've done paddle with her, haven't you, Daisy? Yeah, she does paddles too on Marquette Park and stuff. So yeah, so many things you can get. Like, go and do her stuff. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay. I didn't know about this next item in time to put it on the agenda, and I don't want to wait till announcements because this does involve our Sustainability Commission. The Climate Leadership Summit 8, I already referred to that a little bit earlier in our meeting. They are going to be holding their summit this year in Gary, Indiana at Indiana University. That's going to be happening on Friday, September 8th. And really, everybody get that in your calendar. And if there's any way you can be in attendance, I would highly recommend it. There is definitely going to be a session or a panel or something on sustainability commissions. So we would love to get as many of the commissioners there, especially from Michigan City, okay? We're going to be a sponsor of this, which means we're going to be receiving so many free admissions. So if you're interested in attending, let me know that, and I'll put your name on the list of, availability to actually receive one of those free admissions for that event.
I in your class?
Yes, yeah, Aaron,
Aaron.
Professor Aaron Argelin's institution. Yes.
No, that's right, that is.
And let me see, we're gonna get our logo on all of their PR materials and on their letterhead. And we're gonna be included in the program, and I already mentioned that with the Sustainability Commission session. And I'm missing something really important. All of the mayors are being invited, so encourage Mayor Perry to be there. If you have a relationship with him, just let him know. It'd be important for him to be there to represent Michigan City. And I'll remember after the meeting, so I'll just send everybody an email, whatever that third point is about. Okay. We are now, Andy, are you completed?
Yes.
Okay, we're down to commissioner comments. Oh, I guess that counts as a commissioner comment. Thank you. I was on the agenda. Okay. Any commissioners? These are not announcements, these are just comments. So anything you want to share, something you've seen, something you've been thinking about?
I saw,
Tristan.
I think it's Andy or Nancy, your post on the commission page regarding GAP here in Michigan, saying what they did clean our environment.
Oh, Jeff.
Yes,
Nancy was supposed to that one. Did you post?
He posted it first.
Oh, gosh.
I shared.
Oh, okay.
He shared, you shared it to me,
Yeah.
right, and then I went ahead and posted it, yeah. It was a great Caught You Being Green, yeah.
I'll
GAF, which is the
yes.
roofing shingle manufacturer here
Yeah,
in Michigan
correct.
City.
Yes.
They actually had an employee volunteer day, and they went and they picked up trash somewhere. So we gave them a Coffee Bean Green comment on our Facebook page.
Parker Woods.
Nice.
That's right, Parker Woods. Yeah, how could I forget? Save the News headquarters is right there. So anyhow, yeah, thank you. If you find any of those things, send them on to Andy or me, and then we can pick them up and repost them. It's good to give shout outs to our partners in the community that we may not even know about actually. So, okay, other commissioner comments?
Yeah, I just want to know, do you receive information from Drive Clean Indiana? Drive Clean, CLEAN, Indiana?
Supposedly I do.
You do? Okay.
Supposedly I do, yes.
Because I did receive something from them, and they were talking about, for charging and fuel infrastructure discretionary grant program. And they talking about, DOE, announces $750 million to advance clean hydrogen technology for clean school buses, for buses. Announcing the 2023 Clean School Bus Grant Program. So I did forward that to Wendell McCullum, and I don't know who their transportation people are, but
That would be Sue Harrison. Sue Harrison.
Sue Harris. Oh, okay.
Sue Harrison is the director of transportation. So she's the one that should receive that.
Okay.
I know they've been converting from diesel to propane little by little.
So that I thought that was
That's a lot of money.
yes. Especially grant money that they, because grant money you don't have to pay back. That's the kind of money I like.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for bringing that to our attention. And anybody can start receiving their newsletters by going onto their website and signing up for those. And this group is formally South Shore Clean Cities. And they were chosen to be the vendor for the whole state of Indiana because they were doing such an outstanding job in Northwest Indiana initially. So, yeah, well, we went to their
Presentation, that's how I got signed
their
up.
workshop last year, that was in the summer sometime,
Right,
actually.
August.
We had a sustainability table there, so, great group. Okay, any other comments? Okay, public comments, do we have any public comments? I think this is an appropriate time to introduce your guest.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Please.
put you on the spot here a little bit.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Tara Duffy, and she is, I want to get it right, she is a member of the Porter City Planning Commission and the brand new chair of their Sustainability Commission.
Okay, well, I will correct you.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Town of Porter has just finished a 2.5-year project of doing their comprehensive plan. That's where we look at all the things that work together in a plan. I was a part of that. As such, that plan that was accepted as ordinance through our town council outlines the desire and the need for our own sustainability commission. So naturally, we want to look at one that's established and doing really well. And I've looked at a lot in Indiana and Michigan City, as you guys are active and doing a good thing here. So I am here just to learn what's worked for you when you started, since you've already established what didn't work. We will be starting ours soon, as it's outlined already in our comprehensive plan. And the biggest thing is, once we are established, these environmental issues don't stop at the county line, and they don't stop at your city limits. So I think the collaboration is huge within, I know Crown Point has established one too. And so we're just looking for ideas and to help. And I have a question. I know that I was invited, and I'm very excited to be here. Thank you for having me. Is this also open to the public? Like, so I can keep coming? Okay, because that was my intention, was to keep learning and to keep growing and to keep collaborating. Town of Porter doesn't have as many resources as Michigan City. So thank you again for having me.
You're always welcome to come to these meetings, and they are open to the public, and I just want to invite all the residents of Michigan City to come and attend our meetings also. And if you're not able to be here physically, then Alco is here, Andy's here every meeting to record and post what has transpired at our meetings, so people can catch up afterwards if it's not possible to make the 4:30 time. So really, yeah, we're accessible, and I'm so glad you were able to make it today.
Yeah.
You told me about you probably about 6 months ago, I think.
Well, we have been planning this for a long time. It just took our maps were not finished. It took a little bit of, we move at the speed of government is what I always say. But I know that we are excited to start our own and to keep moving forward in, the name of environmental sustainability.
I sort of describe us as a stealth bomber, and we sort of fly under the radar of government so that we just keep moving forward. So that's been our secret. So anyhow, okay, great. Announcements? Anybody have announcements of things coming up? People should know about anything?
I do have one.
Okay, Andy, thank you.
One of my favorites, the hazardous waste schedule is up, LaPorte County Recycling. You can drop off all of your stuff that you've been saving, including tires, appliances, electronics, shredding, styrofoam, cardboard, and household hazardous waste, which includes batteries, fluorescent bulbs, oil-based paint, ammunition, sharps, and medication. It's the 7-in-1, and that will be at the LaPorte County Fairgrounds, Saturday the 13th, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And the fairgrounds are 2581 West State Road 2. You can find that information on LaPorte County Recycling's website and Facebook page.
Awesome. I also want to do a tag on with the shredded paper. As long as it doesn't have staples in it, if you remove the staples before you shred it, the Michigan City Zoo accepts that for bedding for their small animals. So there's a reuse there that's available. So anybody that does that, I've taken a few big bags down there, and they're very appreciative of that. But please remove the staples because those can be harmful to the little critters.
They're also harmful to your shredder.
Most shredders do take them though.
They
Actually,
bust them up quick though, don't they? Right.
it depends on if you have a heavy duty one like mine.
What are you shredding?
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah. Parwani Orman Society will be presenting Professor of Chemistry Julie Keller at Michigan City Public Library on May 18th at 6 p.m. She will be talking about plastics pollution. I heard her speak in Valparaiso a few months ago.
We heard, yes.
It was outstanding and very scary too. So we invited her to come talk again.
Okay, great.
That's free, of course, and open to the public. 6 o'clock, May 18th at Michigan City Public Library.
Thank you.
Is there an event?
Daisy.
I have 2 events to share. One is the Indiana Dudes Birding Festival. It's from today, May 11th until May 14th. You can find the full schedule at IN Dunes Birding Festival.
Can I inject something right here?
Yeah.
All of the sessions are filled,
Oh,
but you can go to the main tent where all the vendors are at and where they're selling really cool stuff, and that's open to anybody. And there are a number of artists that actually have things there also.
They will be selling native plants there at the migration marketplace they call it. And I think they'll be selling bird-friendly coffee I'm not sure if that will be there or not, but there is some mention of that.
What was that date again?
Today, May 11th until May 14th.
Oh,
Yeah, so all weekend, but it's at IN Dunes, DUNES, birdingfestival.com.
I believe there's also some free, family-friendly events on Saturday the 13th. But you'd have to look online to get the details.
It's become such an extremely popular festival that you almost have to be a member of the Indiana Audubon Society to get any of the special workshops.
wow.
And you
And then-
pay for them too.
And they fill up within just a few days, so.
Now they fill up within a few minutes.
Wow.
Yes.
I was
That
being,
belongs to Westerns.
I was being kind about it.
And then I have another event coming up on Saturday, June 17th. It's a Michigan City Pride Festival at the Guy Foreman Amphitheater here by the lake from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay, awesome, we have lots of things happening. Okay, it's 5:32, could I have somebody to call for adjournment, please? Could somebody motion? Laura, thank you, who will second that?
A second.
Andy, thank you. And all in favor, raise your hand or hands and say aye. Aye. Okay, thank you all very much.